In the current data-driven era, mastering information handling is crucial. Tools like Tableau play a pivotal role. In the last episode, we explored mapping, visualization, and dashboard creation through Tableau. We touched on dimensions and measure, and briefly considered duplicates. In this episode, Rahul Tiwari will be focusing on dynamic histograms, interactive parameters, donor charts for gender insights, and TreeMap for job profiles. Don't miss out on valuable insights. Quick note, this video is a part of a series covering all the different things Tableau can do. To explore this topic in depth, check the other videos in series, link below.
Now let's get back to the next requirement of this business problem. What is the age range of our customers and what bank balance they have in their account? We need to create a dynamic histogram to achieve this particular visuals. Right? So that is the requirement which we have. Now what does that mean? If you see here, I have the age which is coming as a number 38, 30, 40, 34, 48 and so on. These are the numbers which we have. What I want is I want to go ahead and I want to create a chart which will group the customer age. For example, we studied this in the school days as well, which is known as histogram. Suppose I am having students from 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 29, 31, 31, 31, 32, 33. How many customers are from 21 to 25? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So 21 to 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 customers. How many customers are from 26 to 30? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 26 to 30, there are 5 customers. How many from 31 to 35? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 customers from 31 to 35. So basically what I'm doing, I'm creating a group. From this entire data set, I created the groups. 21 to 25, 26 to 30, 30 to 31 and so on. And I am counting the values. How many values lying in this range, and this range. That is your histogram. Converting the numbers to a group and then you are plotting the chart. Right? So this group is also known as bins. It's like a bucket, the range. In Tableau, it is known as bins. So in our example, we have to actually create a bin. In this example, we have to create a bin. Customers by age group. Now bins can only get created using the numerical features. Bins cannot be created using the categorical features. That means if I am right clicking on this and if I am trying to create a bin, you can see that the option bin is not there. However, if you are clicking on the age, create, you can see that the bin option is there. So on the numerical feature, there is no problem. Numerical feature as in what? Now customer ID is also a numerical feature. So I'll right click and I will create. You can see that here also I am getting the bin. Here also I am getting the bin. So bins are created on the numerical fields. Whether that numerical field is a categorical, because customer ID is a categorical, right? But still I can create the bin on top of that. Bins are like a bucket. I'm going to give the range and based on that range, the chart will get created. For example, let's say I'm creating a bin on the age. Right click and create the bin. Once I click on that, it will open up one pop-up. In this pop-up, it is asking for the size of the bin. What is the gap you want to give? For example, if you see in this chart, 21 to 25, what is the size of the bin? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 5. The size of the bin is 5. So this is 5, this is 5, and this is 5. So same way I want to do that here also. Let's say I'm making the bin size as 5 as well. I click OK, and you can see that you got this dimension. Because bin is what? Bin is a bucket, right? 5 to 10, 10 to 15, whatever it is. So it's a bucket. That means it's no longer a number. Right? It's not a number at all now. It's no longer a number. So this is becoming a dimension. So the idea here is that I have the original field, but at the same time I have the new field also coming in, which is the age bin. Now what I will do, I will drag this in the column, and here you can see the gap coming in. What is the bin size we gave? 5. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The next bin will start from 20, 21, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Again, next bin size 25, 26, whatever it is, right? So you can see that. That is how it's giving me the bin. Now, once this field is ready, what is my next task? My next task is I will go ahead and drag the count, because at the end I am looking for the count. How many customers are there in each age group? And as in when I drag the count in the chart, you can see that I am getting the chart here, where I can clearly see that majority of my customers are falling in this age group. Roughly 1800 customers are in this age group. Right? Out of 4,000 customers. Now, what is the benefit? The benefit is that suppose I am coming up with a new product. I know that majority of my customers are at the age of 30 to 39. So I will try to design a product which will cater these type of customers. Because here the volume is more, here people are more. So I'll prefer to have those type of customers, or the products which can take care of those type of customers. If I drag this count in the color, it will become the shade of blue, and let me change it to gray. I can give the borders again. So I got this chart. That is a histogram. What is the purpose of histogram? Histogram helps me to basically go ahead and understand how the data is distributed. Here I will clearly say that data is almost normally distributed. Majority at the center, rest all coming at the end. Now what if business comes to me and says that change the bin size. I don't want 5, I want 10. So I will go to the age bin, right click, edit, and then I will change this 5 to 10. You can see that it got changed. Business comes to me again, says that make it 15. I have to go here, edit, and I will make it 15. Business comes to me again and says that let's make it 5 again. I don't want 10 or 15, let's make it 5. I have to go back and I have to edit and I have to make it 5. One thing you will notice here is that I have to intervene again and again. My end user is dependent on me. When there is some need, they ask me and we have to change it. But what I want is, I want to remove this dependency. I want user to choose what bin size you want. Once user chooses that, my chart should change automatically. Rather than me going there, passing the number, and chart is getting changed here, I will make it dynamic. User will select the number, automatically chart will change based on that number. That means I want to make it dynamic. Dynamic histogram.
If you have made it to this point in the video, do subscribe to this channel and click on the link in description to check out our data and tech courses. We offer an array of programs from top universities in India and abroad. All right, now back to the lesson.
When we are talking about the dynamic in Tableau, the very important thing comes into picture, which is known as parameters. So to make your things dynamic in nature, parameter comes into picture, which can make the things dynamic. It's a very powerful concept, and we'll see that in action now. To create the parameter, again you can right click here. You can see that there is an option called create parameter. Let me click. It will open up this box. Once it will open up this box, I will go and choose range. This is a create parameter box and I am selecting the range. Now what does that mean? There are certain values which you have to pass. First value is minimum. The minimum bin size which I want is 5. Because if you remember, I told you that I'll give this option to the user. User will select the desired bin size. Based on that, the chart will change. So I am giving the minimum value which user can select as a bin size is 5. And the maximum value which user can choose as a bin size will be 30. And there is one more concept called step size where I will make it as 5. What is this step size? I am going to give the user to choose a bin based on 5 to 30 with a step size of 5. That means user will get an option to create a bin with a size of 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 or 25 or 30. Right? So these are the step size. Suppose someone says that I want a bin size of 7, I cannot do that because step size which you have given is 5. So after 5, it will be next 5, which is 10. After 10, again next 5, we have 15. Again 15 after next 5, 20, and so on. So that is the step size means. I'll give this name as age bin pair. You can give any name, age bin parameter, and click OK. Once you click OK, you can see that this is coming in. Right click and again show parameter, and you can see that the values are coming. Right click, show parameter. Here you can see the value comes. I am giving the user an option to choose the bin size. As of now, he has chosen 5. Let's say I'm changing to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Not more than 30, not less than 5 as well. So my bin size will vary from 5 to 30. Based on that, you can choose the value. But if you notice here is that the chart is not changing. The reason is when you are creating a parameter, you have to tag the parameter with something. That means parameter is a standalone object. A lone parameter will not do anything. But if you introduce parameter somewhere, it's a power. So if I right click on the age bin, that is your this thing, what do you say? Your bin. So I click on this edit, and in the size of the bins, I will change that by selecting the drop down, the age bin pair. That means whatever value you will choose, that value will pass here also, and your chart will change as well. So if you see here, when I am changing to 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. So basically your chart is now dynamic in nature, as in when you want the changes, you can do that. Now same way I will go and do for the bank balance as well. In bank balance, I am not going to create the parameter. I'll just make it static. So I have the bank balance, create a bin with a step size of, let's say, maybe 5,000. Again, you can see that it is going in the dimension, dragging there and dragging the sheet 1 count. Changing the color by dragging in the count in the color, and let's make it as gray. From this chart, what we are understanding is that majority of the customers are having a lower bank balance. There are some outliers. There are some people who are having a higher bank balance as well, but they are very less, very rare in number. But overall, you can see that overall we have the population with a lower bank balance. Here also you can apply the parameters and all, but as of now I am not doing it. So that is your customers by bank balance. So parameter is very important concept, right? To make the things dynamic, we will use parameters basically. Let's go to the next chart. Business is also interested in finding the male and female count, and for that they are looking for a donut chart. So basically they are looking for number of customers, how many customers are males and how many customers are females. So let's go and create customers by gender. I will drag the gender and I will drag the number of customers or the count, whichever it is. That's okay. And then I will click on this show me. And here I click on the pie. So this is your chart. Let's make it, click on this drop down and entire view. And I will drag the sheet 1 count in the label. That means there are 2162 males and 1848 females. I will drag the gender in the label as well so that we can segregate. I can change the color because majority of the charts which we are creating is in the gray shade. So let's make it gray only. I can give the borders. Rather than giving this number, I want the percentages. How many percentage are male and how many percentages are female. So I will click on this text because I want to change this text. And there, if you see, we have an option called quick table calculation. I will click on the percentage of total. Out of total, which is 100%, how many are males and how many are females? You can see that we are getting the percentage males and percentage females. As of now, it is a 3-digit after decimal. I want to make it 2 digits. I will click on the same drop down and I say the format. And here I will change the number to number custom with 2 decimal places. I want percentage, so I click on the percentage with 2 decimal places. And then you can see that this output is coming in, where we have what? We have the number of customers, male and female, and the percentage contribution, how many are males and how many are females. That is your chart. Can't be both percentage and number, we can do that. So we already converted to percentages. Now we can drag the count one more time to have the numbers also. So if we have one number, then second we can convert it to percentages. So that is our pie chart, which gives us the insight about the percentage contribution of male and female. Let's go to the next chart. Which jobs? Basically, we have to understand the jobs. So let's go and drag the jobs and the number of sheet 1 count. From here, you can clearly see that majority of the customers are coming from the IT professionals. Marketing professionals and banking professionals are almost the same. Rather than me creating this chart, I will maybe change this chart to the tree map. When I click on this tree map, you can see that you are getting the box. The name is tree map, but it generates the boxes. If you see, the size is based on the count and the color is also based on the count. That means bigger the size, darker the color, more count you have. Smaller the size, lighter the color, less count you have. So here IT professionals are more. Again, I will drag the sheet 1 count and convert that to the percentages so that we can understand that how many records are coming from different job profiles. Roughly 50% are IT professionals and rest 50% are banking and marketing professionals. Again, I can convert this chart to a gray shade. Darker the gray, more customers. Lighter the gray, less customers. And I'll make this as also border. So that is my customers by jobs.
If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and colleagues. To catch the next episode, click below and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.